The English language is full of idioms. As you are learning today, idioms are expressions that stand for something outside of the literal context of the language being used in the expression. But this doesn't mean that each word within an idiom has no relation to the notion relayed within each idiom. Quite the opposite, actually. Every idiom in the English language boasts a rich history of its own that enables it to make sense. It's just that some of the practices and events that once gave meaning to the idiom are no longer in use, while the idiom still is. For example, the idiom brand spankin' new comes from when doctors would spank a newborn baby to make sure it knew to breathe. To say something is brand spanking new is to say that it is new, like a baby fresh out of the mother's womb. Here are some more examples of idioms that may or may not be decipherable today. Armed to the teeth. I know for me at least it conjures up images of the Disney Peter Pan movie with the pirate climbing up the ladder with a knife in his teeth. The meaning of this idiom is to be heavily armed, and it actually is a pirate phrase originating in Port Royal, Jamaica during the 1600s. Since the pirates only had single-shot firearms and cutlasses, they would often carry many of these at once to keep up the fight for as long as they could, and this sometimes even included using their teeth to carry a knife for maximum efficacy. Blowing smoke. This means to talk up an action without the intent to actually follow through on that action. This came from famous magicians who would use smoke in their performances to cover up a bit of trickery by concealing your view of them. And dead as a doornail. Any fan of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol will remember the famous use of this idiom in one of the lines in the beginning of the novel. Jacob Marley was as dead as a doornail, meaning that he was dead beyond any kind of doubt. But where did this idiom come from? Interestingly enough, nails were once handmade and they were very costly, so when a house was torn down, a lot of the nails would be pulled out so that they could be used again. But when builders of a house would construct doors, they would bend those nails so severely that they couldn't be reused. So these nails were named dead, and so comes the phrase, dead as a doornail.